donate now. Time to donate.
We're not paying that dirtbag Tom Gavinci anything to be on the show. I got a big fit with him yesterday on the Sex with Spenny show. He's a moron and a loser, and he's welcome to come on the show, but do not pay that guy. All right. Sorry, guys. It's Spenny here. Welcome to LOVESTREAM Live. We're trying something, a little different. Mind you, everything's different because this is like our 6th or 7th episode. I don't know. I decided to buy the National Enquirer, and we'll just go through some stories and talk about what's going on. And I really want this to be interactive. Super chat me, and we can hear all your opinions about the stars and the craziness of the National Enquirer. I want to start by saying that I know a lot about the National Enquirer. Genevieve Pope started it many, many years ago, and it became, I'm not sure if it still is, the largest selling publication in the United States, or maybe even the world. And a couple of interesting things about it. Number one is the fact that there's 3 kinds of stories in the National Enquirer. The first story is based on the idea that if you're famous and you're doing well in show business, then the people that read the Enquirer want to read about horrible things that happen to you: overdosing, divorces, weight gain, cellulite. And by the way, the celebrity cellulite edition is one of my absolute favorites. I don't know if they still do that, but I used to always look at that. So you get the stories of the famous people that are, Matthew became a YouTube member. Thank you. So rich and famous people get screwed over, and people love to read about it because they secretly hate them because they think that they have such a great life and theirs is so shitty. The other thing that's kind of story is that the average Joe, someone who's not famous, who's not rich, incredible things happen to them. They'll get into a car wreck and survive, or, so these are the psychological underpinnings of what makes a rag like the National Enquirer work. One thing people don't realize, because they assume that it's all bullshit. And in the 70s, I believe, they made some comment about Carol Burnett, the comedian's drinking, and she sued them and won $6 million. So they have a team of lawyers to make sure that either the story is essentially true, meaning that it was sourced properly, or it's worded in such a way that they're not really saying what they're saying. And you just have to kind of read between the lines to find out those kind of stories. So it's a very successful publication for so many reasons. And one of the main reasons is that back in the old days, we all have this need to gossip, and human beings have a need to gossip. Well, gossiping, as the world became scarier and crazier, became less about gossiping about your neighbors, because people don't even know their neighbors, never mind are capable of gossiping about them. So, cue the famous people. We can all gossip about them, even though we don't know them. We think we know them. Therefore, we can sit around the proverbial water cooler and talk about what kind of things have happened to such and such a celebrity. So I'm not particularly proud that I'm doing this, but the reality is I admit to looking at them when I'm in line at the grocery store. I leaf through them. I buy the odd one, especially if it's a celebrity cellulite edition. And I'm just going to be honest about it. What the fuck? This continually happens to me. declined. So that's that. We've got some special guests today. Jonathan's not well, so he very graciously got Bobby and Broadway Donnie Rose to help co-host this particular show. And where are they? There they are. There's Donnie.
Hey!
Double thumbs up from Uncle Bobby. How are you guys? All
Bobby,
right.
Blessed as usual, baby.
just happy
Bob?
to be here, Spencer.
Yeah. Well, always a pleasure having you maniacs here. Do you guys read the Inquirer?
I used to read the Inquirer. Bobby, you go ahead.
Well, the only time I ever read it, because I couldn't believe it, and it turned out to be true, was that that girl that was dating Gordon Lightfoot. She was in Los Angeles, and she was with John Belushi, and she's the one that gave him the cocktail that killed him. And on the cover of the page was, "I killed John Belushi." And I thought, that's it. I'm never reading it again. I bought it. I read it. And in fact, she had done that.
You're talking about Kathy Evelyn Smith, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
To this day, I still, and they printed it, and it was true.
Yes, it certainly was. So let's just dig in here. And, I'll go to you guys first. For all you people, super chat me if you want to comment about any of these stories. The first one that popped into my mind is about Barbara Walters. I don't know if the kids know who she is, but she is a legendary journalist, a female who broke the glass ceiling and became a huge star. And The View that's her show, and a big producer and a big muckety muck. That according to the Inquirer, and I hope they're wrong, that she is suffering from dementia. Now, I can say this, that I do watch The View, and she has not been on The View in any capacity. She's retired. So I actually fear that this could be true. She's not, what is she? She's 91 years old. What do you think of her, Bobby?
Well, first of all, it's a blessing that she's 91, first and foremost. We should be so lucky. And if, in fact, she does have all her faculties still, I think this is something that may have gone too far. Now, who knows whether she has it or not? Is somebody saying, I think she does?
Well, do you want me to read I could. I don't want to get into reading. We're just sort of going to go through the headlines. I've read most of this stuff. Yeah, they're sourced. These reports are sourced. So that means that whoever wrote the article, and it just sources. So, that's how they roll. And everybody freaks out about sources like Donald Trump did. Who are these sources, these anonymous sources? You can't have a free press that is decent without anonymous sources. People don't. There is that cancer lump floating at the upper right hand part of the screen. Anyways, so that's sometimes the best you can do. People don't want to go on the record because maybe they know her, maybe they don't. The other thing is about the ethical. Are they paid? Because someone will say anything if they're paid. So that's it. Donnie, do you have any interesting Barbara Walters stories?
No real interesting Barbara Walters stories, but it's funny that you mentioned her demise. You discovered it, or not her demise, but her potential illness. I first learned of Johnny Carson not being well from the National Enquirer. So it does break stories. And just a quick sidebar, a friend of mine used to be a producer for like Hard Copy or Current Affairs or something like that. And he had a contact at the Inquirer, and he was with the Canadian actor through a friend of a friend from 90210, Brandon Walsh, Jason Priestley. And there was a story in the Inquirer, and it came from my friend. And he said that if he could get a picture, I don't know if I should be putting it. I think the statute of limitations is up on this. If you could get a picture of Priestley in the hospital, it was worth X amount. Just for the words and the source, it was worth X amount. And it was considerably more, obviously, with a picture. Now, this being before camera phones and all that, he did succeed in getting a picture, it's an incredible story. It's not mine, so I'm not going to share it.
That's an interesting point, that when the photographs must have gone down in value once the ubiquitous cell phone camera. I know, as a minor league celebrity, I can only imagine what it's like to be a huge celebrity when you walk anywhere, because everybody's got a cell phone and everybody wants pictures. So Basically, that's that. This Tomless Gavinci, what's his name? Gavichny. Yeah, he won't come on without money. He's my new enemy, sworn enemy. He's, what does he say here? Tomlish. Oh yeah, you can think you're so smart. I'm the king troll. Tomlish is very proud of his troll. You are pathetic. You are disgusting, pathetic. This is how you spend your time trolling me. Jesus, Bobby, fart on him. Do something.
Okay,
All right.
well, first of all,
on the what?
don't mess with Benny. Okay, you'll lose. You always do. Everyone does.
Yes.
All right. He has climbed the mountain.
Except Kenny.
He's seen it all.
Kenny. Except
Okay.
Kenny. He always beats me, but he's Kenny. Okay, so there's a picture of a very skinny Portia de Rossi. Who's Portia de Rossi, Johnny?
That's Ellen's girlfriend, isn't it?
Good.
Why?
Yeah.
Wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I want to see how hip you are. Okay. This is this week's Inquirer. This is pretty fresh. So apparently she's lost a lot of weight. I think she looks kind of hot, but I guess they're implying that she's got some kind of eating disorder, or maybe she's on drugs, whatever. The next story is really one I want to get everybody's opinion on, which is Free Britney. Now, we all know what's going on with Britney Spears and this conservatorship that her parents have set up for her, or her father. And I think what everybody is shocked at is how she supposedly lost her mind when she shaved her head. I actually thought it was a publicity stunt. We'll never know. But anyways, apparently she was acting crazy. So they put her in this conservatorship, and she's been on it for decades. And basically, it's almost impossible to get out of. Which is, yeah, go ahead, Don.
I have a strong opinion on this, Ben.
Yeah.
I don't have a Barbara Walters story, but I would say the most famous person I've ever filmed was Britney. So the year was 20. It was shortly after the shaved head fiasco. She had a do similar to mine, definitely wearing a wig. It was the Femme Fatale tour. Yeah. And I was contracted to do like a behind the scenes at the Air Canada Center. So I wasn't like the main shooter. I was B camera. They sent me off to get some B-roll. And I'm in the bowels of the ACC, now the Scotiabank. And I'm just like shooting. And I was like fucking like just got there. Just wanted to get a couple easy shots in the can. So I started shooting any signage I could see. It was like backup dancers this way, main stage that way, just like, getting some color. So I was shooting the backup dancer sign. Some fucking guy comes up to me. I didn't know who he was. I thought he was just like part of the crew. He's like, "What the fuck are you filming?" Blah, 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 blah. And he started getting all lippy with me. I fired back. I was like, "Fuck you, buddy." And I had like a press pass on. I was legit. I had a real camera. And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you." I'm just like shooting some B-roll, whatever. Turns out the person I said fuck you to was Britney's dad. And he had just recently taken over running the show. And so he was just like, dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. Not that like Britney's dad could, had to be dressed up or whatever. So I told him to fuck off and lipped off to him a little bit. And then word got back and they wanted to like shut the whole fucking thing down or kick me out and all this shit. And someone smoothed it over and it was fine. But they were like, you couldn't go into the dressing rooms when we filmed Britney. So they just had pipe and drape, basic black pipe and drape background. But the only space they could do it in the ACC, we wanted to do it in front of like tour cases or something like that. Okay. So it had to be up in a bar area where they set up pipe and drape. But then because Britney had just stopped drinking or whatever, they were like, no, she can't be around anywhere alcohol, even if it's all blacked out. And her fucking old man was going crazy.
Jamie. His name's Jamie.
Yes. Okay, Jamie. Very good. Anyways, that was my encounter with Jamie right at the beginning of the conservatorship. And, it just appears that he's a classic showbiz dad working her too hard. Yeah. And, she's like fucking in her late 30s. She has children. She's earned the right to make. She's a, Mickey Mouse girl. She should be able to she's been under the microscope since a young age. Let her out of this fucking conservatorship. Everybody's gotten their meal off Britney. She's created an industry for her friends and family. So anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say. Bobby, I'm sure as many, you're sure. Go for it.
$2. Tyler B wants me to humble myself, which I believe is Iron Sheik kind of thing, to be humbled. Bum Alley OG. There you go, Tyler. And by the way, that's a picture of Steve Irwin with a koala bear. This is how amazing I am at pop culture. Any Britney stories, Bobby? Do you ever bang?
I don't know if you guys follow her on Twitter and Instagram, but I do because I'm a fan. And the last 2 pictures I've seen of her, she's been topless, holding her arm over her breast.
Yeah.
She's also been doing some dancing, which looks good. I mean, the woman can move. Look, the bottom line is this. The old man was taking something like $2 million a year, allegedly, to, run the show. And the poor girl was on a budget of probably a lot less than that, it seems to me.
Right.
That she should be entitled to what she is. Is she all there? I got to be honest. I don't know. She has said some things. She has done some things that concern me, but I think it's up to a doctor to determine that, and not the public, and not her old man.
Okay, I think that's very good. All right, so here's a $5 question: Trailer Park Boys or Bob and Doug McKenzie? I'll start with an answer. For me, I like them both, to be honest. But because of SCTV being what Kenny and I like to call our Beatles, I'm going to have to go with Bob and Doug McKenzie, though I do like the Trailer Park Boys. I've hung out with them a couple of times. They're super nice, and I've seen them live, and I've been to parties with them. So that's a tough call for me. Broadway, what do you think?
Extremely tough call for me too. I grew up watching SCTV and Strange Brew, and I also I was in college when the Trailer Park Boys came out, and it's nostalgia. They were the lead-in show for KBS.
Yeah,
which I think it was a big part of it was when people actually watched TV. Like at Sunday at 9:30, you watched Kenny versus Spenny, and I think a lot of the Trailer Park Boys crowd stuck around for that. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
I do find them all hilarious, and Bob and Doug though too are legends, and they're more than Bob and Doug. Those two guys are great actors. So
this is going to be hard for Bobby because they're both Canadian, and Bobby is nothing if not a patriot.
No, love them both. Trailer Park Boys opened me up to limitations, along with Kenny versus Spenny, of network television and what you could get away with. But when you talk about trailblazers, SCTV basically changed the way that we look at Canadian comedy.
Right.
They just had this ability to take something and make it special. And you know what? History will show just how incredible they were and what they did for us. And I got to go with SCTV.
So, Bob, how is the yeast infection? Is it cleared up?
No, I'm going to need surgery.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm serious. I'm going to need surgery. It did not heal up properly, and I went to see a specialist. And make a long story short, my Hebrew is going to be coming out sometime in December.
You're going to be circumcised?
I am.
Wow!
Oh my God!
Whoa!
Breaking news! Breaking news!
I only know 2 adults who have gotten circumcised.
I'm sorry?
I only know 2 adults who have been circumcised, and Bobby's about to be one of them.
Bobby,
and
you're going to have to take saltpeter because you're a randy little guy, and I know.
I think we need to start a GoFundMe to do a documentary on this procedure and adventure for Bobby. Jeez, like this would be fan. If you want to donate anything to that film to make that happen, do it.
It looks like anything in the National Enquirer is just going to pale in comparison to the breaking
apparently
news.
When you're a baby, there's a lot to move with, but as you get older, there's less. However, the doctor assured me that wouldn't be a problem, which I guess was a slap in the face. Look, the bottom line is this. We spent 6 weeks trying to figure out what was wrong with it. As you age, the foreskin starts to break and separate, and that's what was causing the irritation when I urinated and when I had sex. So I'm going to have to get it done. I'm not happy about it, but you know what? I'm an open book, baby. I got nothing to hide. And I just want people to send their prayers. And if you want to do a documentary, let's talk about it because I'd be game for that.
I'm in.
Kenny got circumcised, and his foreskin fed of half of India. I'm doing Kenny jokes. That's
good. That was a good one.
The booze is taken.
I don't have a foreskin. I have a 5 skin.
All right. Moving on. Jessica Simpson. You don't hear much about her anymore, but apparently she's given an ultimatum to her husband, a guy I've never heard of named Eric Johnson, and has told him to get a job and shave. Apparently, Eric doesn't shave regularly, so he's a bit of a bum. I don't. This story means nothing to me except it just reminds me about what John Mayer said about her in The Sack, that she was a demon lover, and I think about that probably more than I should.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's very good. Bobby, why do you even ask that? How do you not know that? Apparently, Justin Bieber wants to have a baby. So he's dating Haley. They tied the knot in 2018. I didn't even know he got married. So anyways, he's ready.
Did he marry the Baldwin kid that Alec Baldwin? There was like a video or a tape recording of or voicemail of him like chastising her. Yeah. That's the one that Bieber married?
No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe. No,
you know what I like, Bobby, I want your opinion on this.
Go on your phone and look up Haley Baldwin, and we'll circle back.
Okay.
All I know is the man has grown up.
Yeah.
His videos I watch now without shame. He's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
He's a good old Ontario boy, and he respects being Canadian. He enjoys it. He's friends with Austin Matthews.
Yeah.
And when he was a kid, He did stupid things, but we grow up. We all grow up.
That's right.
He didn't do that many stupid shit though. He was pretty good, I think. No,
didn't he drop a deuce out of a hotel balcony?
No, he's fat.
That's not that bad. I got a Bieber story. This is incredible. I have a roundabout Bieber story, but it involves his father, Jeremy Bieber, who I don't know. I've heard of him through different channels. Apparently, they had the Bieber Boy Young, but I'd be in Sarnia shooting a TV show, and I used to see this fucking. It was the sickest. It was a Cadillac, which was weird, but it had those doors that go up. And I was asking one of the tow truck drivers that I was filming with, I was like, hey, who's that guy with the fucking, that Cadillac with those crazy doors? He's like, oh, that's Bieber's dad. And I was like, oh, fuck. Eh? And he just looked like, I don't know, he looked way too young to be Bieber's dad. But anyways, he seems to be a good southwestern Ontario boy.
You've got all the fathers. Look at you. We got Brittany's father.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
Wait a sec. Big thank you to Lena J. I don't know who she is, but she's looking hot in her profile picture, if that's actually her. And thank you for the super sticker. That's very much appreciated. Okay. So I'm going to say, Bobby, this is for Bobby to answer. I want every thought you have on this word. You ready? Because they're back in action again. We're talking Benifer. RJ? You don't know Benifer?
That's Brad and Jennifer, right?
No. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a huge fan of Jennifer Lopez.
Of course,
for obvious reasons. The woman, she does her. I follow her on Instagram and on Twitter, and she just did a video a couple of days ago where she's walking around in her bathing suit.
Mm-hmm.
Now the woman's closing in on 50. I don't know if she's there yet, but dang, man! I mean, what I would give to look like that. As for Ben Affleck, yeah, whatever. Anyways, look, if they're happy, they're happy. She still got it. She still has the moves. And she hasn't done much to change her persona and who she is. She looks the same as she did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You look similar to the way she looked 20 years ago. I mean, you can tell that she said, you know what? I'm going to take it one day at a time. And this is who I am. You don't like it, F you.
Do you think you got a shot with her? Bobifer?
Well, I'll let you know after December. Because right now I don't got a shot with anybody because I can't even look at SCP because if I do, I might get excited and it hurts like a bugger when I do. So I'm taking those tablets. I'm taking those tablets that make everything limp.
Saltpeter?
Yeah, just so I can't get that thing in my head.
Well, you'll have to keep Charlotte away for a while.
Charlotte is wonderful, and she's been by my side since day one. And she's just an incredible person. She's sitting right next to me, smiling.
She is. I haven't met her. I haven't met her personally, but I've spoken to her, and she's wonderful. All right, so we've got Spenny. It's nice to see you finally not dressed as your character from the Who Is Cooler episode. This look suits you. Keep it up, champ. Well, isn't that positive and very untypical of the kind of morons that like to make comments on me? Thank you, Orc. I appreciate that. Miley Cyrus made this edition of the Inquirer because she successfully flipped her home that she paid $4.9 million for, and she sold it for $7.2 million. I have nothing to say about this story other than her in her panties in the Wrecking Ball video is pretty hot. I don't know if anyone has seen it here. Bobby, have you seen that video?
Seen it. I got it on reel to reel, baby. I can watch that sucker 15 times a day if I want.
Doesn't it was beautiful, right? In the
you know what? And she's a great singer. She's funny. She's managed to filter her way through all the shit that goes on in Hollywood. And she's hot as Hades, man. I mean, come on.
And of course, her dad is Billy Ray Cyrus. So Donnie can tee up.
Yeah, so there was one day I was down in the beaches and I fucking ran into Billy Ray Cyrus. I said, unfortunately, I was thinking about chiming in with something. There was one time when you're talking about J-Lo. J-Lo's father, apparently.
Okay.
Nothing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did she not spend like 3 summers in Toronto while Dad was doing that TV show?
I think I heard a rumblings of that. Yes, but who gives a fuck?
I find her to be very interesting. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton is battling over Gwen Stefani's kids. Apparently, the ex who we know Gavin Rossdale. Is he a rock star of some kind?
I don't know. I thought Blake Shelton was on the LA Kings.
No, Blake Shelton is a country singer. He's one of the judges on either American Idol or the one where which one?
View.
Canadian Idol.
View.
The View. No, he's not on The View.
Oh, okay.
America's Got Talent. I don't fucking know.
The Voice.
No, it's the one where they swim.
The Voice. The Voice.
The Voice. That's it. So, anyways, I've never really understood. I can only imagine when I see Gwen Stefani. She's such a clothing whore that it's just a huge turnoff to me. She's attractive, she's talented, and she's just always wearing, it's like Lady Gaga. You don't need all that clothes if you're talented. You know what I mean? And they're talented.
Yeah,
all right.
Wonderful. She's fantastic.
She is.
Okay. Sofia Vergara. Bobby,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Donnie's perked up. Apparently she had a stalker in her home who caused $100,000 US worth of damages in her house. The only stalker story I remember was David Letterman. He had that gal who kept breaking into his house. Any comments on this, Bob? What would you do if you broke into Sofia, what's her name, Vergara's house? Right to the panty drawer, right, Bobby?
Absolutely. Not so much as to sniff, but more to appreciate.
Not so much to sniff. Oh, Bobby. Oh, my God. All right.
Hey, a man's got needs.
There's a picture of Corey Feldman, actually, that we can see here. Corey's at some Malibu beach party. I worked with Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, believe it or not. I directed an opening for a pilot that they shot in Toronto. I thought they were both pretty cool guys. Haim was a little messed up, I must say. But you know what? Feldman was cool. He loved the Beatles. He loved playing poker and smoking cigars. And I think that's good. They make a very mean, passive-aggressive comment about Goldie Hawn. There's a picture of her with Kurt Russell, her longtime husband, and they're calling her Roly-Poly Goldie, which I think is disgusting. And I'm only repeating it because I think it's mean. And, what happened to Tomlish? Is Tomlish coming on the show? Anybody?
Who's Tomlish Gavinci?
Tomlish was on. He made a comment on the Sex with Spenny, my show last night, and he was threatening to report us to the YouTube authorities for our sex talk, our open and honest sex talk. And I attacked him rather harshly. And now he shows up here, and he's now referring to himself as King Troll. and he doesn't. I could teach him a thing or two about trolling. Did you guys hear about Spike Lee? Spike Lee was one of the judges at the Cannes Film Festival, and he accidentally revealed the name a day early of the winner of the Palme d'Or, which is the big prize. Anyways, that's Spike Lee.
I believe it's Palme d'Or.
Now, here's something interesting. Val Kilmer. What do you say? Is Kilmer? He had throat cancer. I had no idea. And he's like, there, Tomlish.
Oh, I was on.
See,
I
you
wasn't
showed up.
ready.
Tomlish.
Well, it isn't the woman abuser, raper, anti-vaxxer, flat earther.
Yeah. Are you all those things?
Septic tank.
I'm not a flat earther. I'm certainly not an abuser. Self-abuse, maybe.
Oh, you said yesterday that it was the woman's fault if they get raped or in prostitution.
Well, you know I never said that, Tomlish.
You did. Watch yesterday.
I'd like to see that. Matter of fact, I'll give you $1,000 if you can show me a videotape, which will be on my.
Well,
page.
you already owe me 20 for being on. John agreed to it,
Well,
and I'm not accepting nudes.
Okay. Where are you from? You got that dumb accent. Where are you from?
Oh, you're trolling right now.
Yeah, I'm trolling right now.
Yeah, I'm from Arkansas.
In Arkansas?
Oh yeah, the
Okay,
best
so
state.
that is the state that has the lowest number of vaccinated. Are you vaccinated?
Maybe.
Tell us. Tell us. Tomlish, I'm trying to like you. Come on. You're
What do you want to talk about? Let's talk.
You're vaccinated. Are you vaccinated?
Yeah, I am vaccinated.
All
I got
right.
Pfizer.
Hold on.
Single shot.
I'm
Single
not
shot?
feeling well, but I want to be here for this. So I'm just gonna. You won't be able to see me, but I'm here for this because this could get interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for-
and
John, you were on last night. Did I say anything even approximating what he's accusing me of saying in last
Of
night's show?
course not, and I didn't promise.
Oh,
anything.
you are such a liar, John.
I
And I've been
kind of like him. Now I hate when they
And John, you banned my other account at G, and you say that you would never censor anybody.
Uh-huh.
I told him to.
Aha! Double standard.
No, I don't have a double standard. I don't have a
Then
double
that makes
standard.
me the king of the trolls. I want
Okay.
the title.
Are you proud of yourself?
Congratulations.
Oh, we got a question. One sec. Tomlish, shut your mouth. We got, does Uncle Bobby or Donnie think the earth is flat? And then we'll ask Tomlish what he thinks.
The only thing I like flat is my bread. And also, I got a great Arkansas story, too. You got 30 seconds?
Yeah, go.
So I used to be a courier driver. I would do overnight runs from Toronto to the U.S. And I was going to Dallas, Texas. And I took the long way home, which was basically an L from Toronto through Detroit, through Kentucky, and then Arkansas and Texas. And I'm driving along. I'm half awake. I'm tired. I want to pull over. And this Mercedes comes past me, barreling away, stops and looks at me. It was Scottie Pippen, the great Chicago Bull. I gave him a thumbs up. He gave me a thumbs up, and then he blew past me. I guess he had never seen an Ontario plate in Arkansas before, but I do believe he went to Arkansas State University, a fine institution.
Okay, and what does that have to do with whether you think the earth is round or flat?
It doesn't. The earth is round.
Thank you, Bobby.
My bread
Shut
is
up.
flat, and so is my dream of a tummy one day.
Okay, what about you, Broadway?
The earth is round. I was on the flat earther episode there, and that gentleman did nothing to convince me. I still believe that the earth is round after that. So,
And it's certainly the pictures coming back from the billionaire space race seems to prove him wrong again. Tomlish, you might as well put your 2 cents in here. Oh, we've cut his sound.
Oh,
There you go.
quit muting me. That's y'all doing that. The only thing flat is your fucking brain.
Whoops, I muted him again.
Wow,
Sorry.
you got me there. You got me there, Tomlish.
Hey, I knew it. Y'all are fucking censorers.
Hey, Tomlish, I'll unmute you for $20.
There you go.
And quit jacking off to my nudes.
All right, Tomlish. So here's a story about Madonna, and I want to talk a little about her.
Oh, Madonna, what great content. Oh,
Hey, I got a better idea.
this is boring.
Important question on
Yes.
the on
Woman
the screen.
raper.
Would you rather defecate every time you come or every time you sneeze? Wow. I would go with sneeze.
No, I have to go sneeze because I haven't been able to do that in 8 weeks, and as a result,
What?
I'd be having this buildup in my stomach.
You haven't pooped in 8 weeks?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I had a couple, but
Okay.
you know. Not like the old days.
Broadway, this is a big question. Would you?
It is a good question. I would say sneeze, but I get bad seasonal allergies, so that might you can get the unexpected sneezes. But I feel that you can feel a sneeze coming on, so you'd be able to get to the facilities. Whereas the other way, you don't want to be shitting everywhere. So that's
right. And you can be playing with yourself.
Very good question, Mitch. Very good question, Mitch. And you have is that a George Costanza avatar? Very nice.
Yes.
One of the greats.
All right. So let's just keep going here. I'm skipping a few stories because we don't have time for everything.
Can I make a comment about as you've been going through though? As you've been going through, it goes from like it's really interesting as you flip the pages of the Inquirer, how you just slide down like you're already at. You got to a Corey Feldman story, and I mean,
that Corey Feldman wasn't a full-on story. It was a bunch of pictures of celebrities.
Oh, okay, it was a blurb.
Yeah, it was a blurb. By the way, the Madonna thing, I want to say that I've always felt that Madonna has ruined the music. She's talented. She's obviously hugely successful, or was. I just think the whole beginning of the dancing girls and the dancing boys behind them, the rows of people, just completely ruined music. There's a story here about Meghan McCain that she's actually stepping away and quitting The View because she's can't stand Whoopi. I find that very hard to believe because John McCain, her father, loved Whoopi, and I don't believe that this is particularly true, but anonymous sources claim it's true. One sec, just a bit of sad news. My Taiwanese wife recently passed away, testicular cancer. Well, that's a sad thing.
That's worth the $5, eh, buddy? Holy fuck!
Well, that was good. I mean, I'm laughing. I think that's terrific.
What's funny about that?
No, it's terrible. That's terrible.
What's funny about that? You don't get it?
No.
Of course I get it.
Can you explain it to Bobby quickly?
No, Bobby, just think about it for a little bit, okay?
His wife.
You mean the boys down there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
I think this might have to do with Tara too. I think he's a little needling me about Tara.
Hey, speaking of Madonna, this is no bullshit. I have a story about Madonna's brother, but I can't fucking say it on this because I can't say it on this. But
that's really great.
There's only 3 celebrities that I have like a weird story about have all come up in this issue of the National Enquirer. I can't share it, but it is true.
Why can't you share it? Can you say why?
Okay, I can share it. I can share it to a degree.
That was easy.
We were staying in Southern California. A friend of mine met Madonna's brother in a bar in the hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that night. We're supposed to check out the next day, and Madonna's brother was passed out in his bedroom still, right? So I came down. I'm like, fuck, we got to go. He's like, you got to help me. You got to help me get Madonna's brother out of here. He was the one that had written the book, tell-all book about her, but now he was like the estranged brother. Anyway, so we're like, wake up, buddy, wake up. We got to fucking go. You got to get out of here. We don't care where you go, but this guy's got to leave. I got to leave. I had equipment. I was pissed off too. I came up heated because I carried all the gear down to the car. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I got Madonna's brother in here. So anyways, we got him out of there. But then he was leaving, like kept making threatening phone calls to this guy. Anyways, I can't get into because it's not my story to tell.
Okay.
But I was there for the wake him up and let's fucking get him out of here. And I assisted someone hustling Madonna's brother out of a bedroom. I can't believe this is going on the internet, but whatever.
Okay. The story with Madonna, by the way, just to backtrack, was that she did a show at a place called the Boom Boom Room in New York City. And Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen were there, CNN and Andy Cohen. And they went to see her backstage, and she wouldn't let them in. It's a major breaking story that was in the Inquirer this week. Conan O'Brien has lost his show. He's going to end up with a variety show. Of course, Kenny and I appeared on Conan's show, and I just want to say what a wonderful guy he was, how cool he was, how nice he was, and that's basically.
You got someone on the line, Spenny.
Yeah, Jada, how are you?
Doing good. Oh, there I am. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
All right.
Coming to you live from Los Angeles.
LA, yeah, I used to live there. Well,
Yeah.
Santa Monica, same idea.
Right.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just wanted to drop by, listen in on all the crazy news happening. Also, want to say real quick, Tom Lish is not a very good troll and is a bumpkin twink. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he's a twink. He's kind
Yeah.
of cool. So, but I like when they have the balls to come on the show. So
That's
I can
right,
hate
yeah.
them up until the point they come on, and then generally I like them because they had the balls to
Hey,
come on.
Spenny?
As I said before, I live in a world where I don't believe everyone's going to love me. So,
That's a good outlook on life.
Spenny, it's Jonathan here. Wanted to let you know that Jada was nice enough to supply the photo when you were talking about David Schwimmer earlier.
Oh yes,
And,
That was
there
mine.
you go. That was her.
thank you very much.
Amazing work.
That story is coming up very quickly.
Mm.
Let's get Jada's take on something here. What about Franco? What's his name? James Franco.
Oh
Turned
yeah.
out he seems to be been caught up in the Me Too movement in a not a very nice way. And he forks out $2.2 million in a sex suit.
Jeez.
So what do you think? What do you think of this whole Me Too movement? I mean, I think it's a good thing, but I do think that there can be people caught up in it who don't really deserve to be in it. Everybody gets whitewashed with the kind of same or blacklisted. I don't know enough about what Franco has been accused of doing, but if he's paying out $2.2 million, it's probably not good.
Yeah, no, I honestly have no idea like the specifics on the James Franco stuff. However, like the Me Too movement as a whole, I think is very important. Even though,
Absolutely.
like, speaking from like personal experience, there are people out there that like take advantage of that to just completely like slander others in like ridiculous ways. I can't even go into it for legal reasons, but it's some crazy shit that can happen. But for the most part, I think that is good to call out like scumbag celebrities for doing like shitty things.
Now, your guy glasses remind me of something Joey Ramone would have worn back
Oh,
in the
thank
day.
you.
Thank
you.
You're welcome. All right, then we got into more sex scandals at Fox News. What a big shock that is. These are some worst people on the planet, in my opinion. Roger Ailes, of course, was in charge of the whole news department. Bill O'Reilly and Ed Henry have all had issues with sexual harassment.
You're
It's
telling
funny
me
how-
that the people at Fox News are misogynists? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's funny though. It's funny when a celebrity you love or I love, like Woody Allen, gets accused of shit. I'm immediately defensive and I defend him, up to any point that I can. But when it's these dirtbags from Fox News, I'm just.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Woody Allen, but I do know it is weird to, like marry like someone you adopted. Like that was weird.
He even admits that, but he and I'm not going to argue for him, but he goes on to talk about how they never had any kind of normal father-daughter relationship. They never lived together. Anyways,
it could still be argued that he like groomed her to an extent because like she was sorry I don't mean to piss on your parade or anything. It's just like
okay.
She was really young, and then like she kind of grew up with Woody, and then all of a sudden they're in like this relationship.
It's weird. I mean, it's weird. There's no question about it. But he's a weird guy. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, you look at Manhattan, for Christ's sake. He's pretty much mapped out what his interests are, and it's not with women his own age for sure. But that's that is what it is. I'm just making the point that I will always try to defend the celebrities I love, and just it's not a particularly good quality that I have. Matt DWMC has told me, I guess it's me, answer your effing emails. I try not to. Apparently, Scarlett Johansson is pregnant. What do you know? And it wasn't me.
Also, sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt. Just to Al real quick. Yeah, I'm one of the scary SJWs. Man, so fucking terrifying. I know.
What's that?
Social justice warrior. That's like a dated fucking term. No one
Oh, okay.
calls themselves that. It's just like some stupid internet shit.
Yeah. Now here's I was saying earlier about the tabloids. They pull down famous people. You know, they all have problems, and we get to read about them. But here's one of those other stories: a diver gets sliced and diced. Propeller plunges into scuba horror, but he survives. And that's once again reinforcing the psychological, that the everyman, the normal guy, the working man, miraculous things can happen to him or her. Charlie Rose turned out to be another scumbag. Abuse charges. He's referring to them as no big deal, and he's trying to get his career back. I don't know why he's so fucking old. Like,
yeah, he's like, he's almost 80.
Okay, I want to do a little. There's a crossword puzzle, of course, in the National Enquirer, and I've done them a few times. Bobby, I want to put you on the spot. We're going to ask you some questions from the National Enquirer crossword puzzle. Are you ready? Bobby?
Let's do it, baby.
All right. Let me just find the answers here, because without the answers, I don't know half of these things. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves here. Where the fuck is it?
Also to Mick Burgers, yes, I am circumcised. Give me money.
Okay, Bobby, we'll start with an easy one, okay?
Okay.
Oh, and then we get to the David Schwimmer story. Let's do that first, and then I'll try.
Yeah.
So Schwimmer hated being a monkey's second banana. Now, this rings incredibly true to me. Now, Jada knows about this because she did the picture. I did a series called Single White Spenny, or as Kenny calls it, Single Season Spenny. And anyways, I worked with the monkey in one of the episodes, and I apparently look like David Schwimmer, though I don't particularly see it.
Did you ever get mistaken on the streets for him? Or
Never.
Oh, okay.
And then I've also been known as a second banana, which my upcoming book is going to be called Second Banana. So that's it. I just thought it was funny. Of all the Enquirers I picked one in which there was a story, and there's Schwimmer right there. He's looking pretty good. You see him? And there he is working with the monkey. I guess that was on Friends. I never really watched Friends. I don't know. Spoiled sports, snowballing sex scandals batter pro athlete teams.
Oh, I love the snowball.
What's with the sex scandals and the professional athletes, Bobby?
Money, fame, exposure, access. These people have everything, and sometimes they're led in a path that is not righteous.
Okay, RJ. All right, now you know what? We're going to take a pass on the because I'm going to have to flip back and forth too much, and it's just going to be boring. So basically, that's in a nutshell this issue of the Enquirer. And does anybody want to bring up any kind of celebrity gossip? Jada, you're in LA. What's going on there?
I honestly have no real clue besides what was just said. Like the James Franco stuff is probably the biggest stuff that I was aware of, but besides that, there's not really a whole lot else to add. I thought I had more, but no, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, I kind of thrusted you into the show. So Johnny Cash, you're a Johnny Cash fan?
Oh God, I'm one of those fucking people that wears T-shirts, and I'm like, I mean, I listen to some of his music, especially when I'm in the car with my mom and stuff.
Name 2 songs by Johnny Cash.
Well, oh God, I know, but Ring of Fire, but that's so obvious.
No, that's okay. That's one.
Yeah. Hurt. I mean, if you Hurt counts, even though that's a cover of a song.
I'll accept both of those.
Yeah.
Now, look, can we talk about your bangs for a sec?
Oh yeah.
Because they're very. What's the name of that famous pinup girl from
Betty Page? Yeah.
Betty Page. Very Page-like.
Thank you. Okay, so my mom loves Betty Page, and I took after my mom quite a bit, and I was just like, you know what? She had these bangs at one point, and then she kind of gave up on them, and then I have those bangs now. So That's just how it's been. It's just how
All
it's
right,
been.
we're going to open this train wreck up to comments, super chats, any questions we have from the audience for any one of our guests, including Jada. Now is the time because I'm exhausted. I rehearsed today. I've got a show in Kingston. Anybody here from Kingston, Ontario? I'm playing Thursday night at Daft Brewery with my band. Tomlish owes everyone in the chat $20 for the lose of IQ points he just inflicted. You see what Americans refer to as a redneck. He doesn't look rednecky to me, but he's not a good troll either. So, but again, I respect that he came on the show. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I none of y'all are familiar. Maybe the people in the chat are, but like I mentioned to Jonathan, like True Capitalist Radio, which was basically like this guy named Ghost and all this shit. And the trolls would go fucking in. And a lot of these trolls are very just like, hey, say this. And it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Now, Tomlish paid $5 to attack the wonderful Lishka. I don't know how anyone could attack Lishka. She's a semi-regular on our show, and I haven't mailed the comic book. This is for you, Lishka. I'm going to sign it. It's the Hypno Bitch comic, available at Classic Comics with an X. .com. Look on my social media site if you want a signed copy, but Lishka gets one for free. Tomlish, you are a true lowlife that we do. Head Cheese, our chat super fan Richard grills Spenny for KVS Secrets, 2,000 views. By the way, Bobby's camera is the view my wife used to have all the time.
That was a sentence.
Well, that was Head Cheese. I don't know what he's talking about. Does that make any sense, RJ?
I'm just glad to be here, baby.
Also, Bobby, are you donating your foreskin to Spenny after this?
I actually want to get it mounted.
Like a fucking deer, like.
Yes, I'm sure that will be worth something. I'm not sure what. All right. Any more questions? I think we're I'm getting to be ready to
no, but apparently there's a gentleman that goes by the name. Well, I don't want to say gentleman. I'm not even gonna reference it. Forget it. I didn't. Go ahead.
This is a series of false starts for Broadway Donnie Rose. We got the story he couldn't tell us. I
couldn't do it. It's a great story. I'll tell you at one time, but I can't give the good parts of it out on this. No, there's someone in the chats though going by the name of Adolf Hitler.
Oh yeah,
Adolf under King Rat, everyone.
King Rat Hole. That's a good handle. How do I can I comment at all?
Yeah, you go to the chat.
You go to the chat, but I can only see the private chat.
Or you could just talk.
I think you gotta go.
Yeah,
that works too.
But I want to write stuff too.
This is why I work with John.
Go to the YouTube chat.
A remarkable way of doing things. Does Jana, who's Jana? Her name's Jada. Support Antifa? Interesting question.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I look if it's between Antifa and those Nazis, I'm with Antifa all the way.
Yeah.
So
also about Adolf Hitler, the guy in the chat, I saw him yesterday. He was like, "Hey, Spenny, give me a shout out," and I'm just like, "Wow, then Spenny would be saying shout out Adolf Hitler." That was funny.
Oh, I talk about him all the time. Again, I come from the philosophy that you can even make fun of the Holocaust because
he likes it in the
fun of it, you admit it's happened. Okay, will there be more cooking with Uncle Bobby with a bunch of question marks?
Well, absolutely. I'm planning on making some buns tomorrow, which you'll be able to see on my YouTube, which is YouTube Uncle Bobby Patton, my TikTok Uncle Bobby 17, and of course my Patreon.com/Bobby Patton page. I'm in small town Saskatchewan now, where I got a lot of free time. I'm with my lovely lady, and we're going to be doing some videos over this week.
Great. Jada, what's a riper?
Oh, okay. So when Tomlish called you a raper, his accent was so thick, it was like, "You're a fucking riper," or some shit like that.
I want everybody to know that I've done a series of interviews with Broadway Donnie Rose, and one of them has got maybe the most views of anything on my channel. It's like 4.7 thousand.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. So I congratulations, Donnie.
Wow. But apparently, someone's saying here that there's only 60 people right now. So
Yeah, that's normal. Most people watch this on the
okay.
right? And that, by the way, it used to bother me. And then I realized that's the whole nature of the new entertainment. It's streaming, it's watching at your convenience.
Yeah.
Not like I grew up where you had to, go watch Johnny Carson and be in front of the TV at 11:30. So,
That's right.
So I was concerned with that, but then you'll see a few thousand people will end up seeing this once we post it tonight. You could go look in about a week, you'll see. You guys going to get Brendan on soon? I love Brendan. He's a very talented musician and a sweetheart. I have not seen him or spoken to him in a decade, at least. So I would love to. Jonathan has been the guy who's cleverly found so many people that did our show. Of course, Brendan was on the show. He was the sound recordist and he helped with the music as well, like Kenny's song. So I would love to talk to him or anybody. Probably Sebi, we'll have him on. I think or I'll do an interview with him. There's just no way. You have to embrace Kenny versus Spenny. There's no way around it. People, that's how they know me. That's how they're always going to know me. And so I'm always happy to have anybody on the show. The one thing we didn't have was Steven. Steven was who the blacks like more. And we had him on and his something didn't work. But I would love to have him back on again. I don't want to forget him.
Did you guys ever have Johnny Crack on?
We had Johnny on with you. Yeah, just with you.
Yeah, but not like a one-on-one with the Crack Man.
No, not a one-on-one with
you. Jonathan should,
yeah. I'll
Johnny said he'd do it.
I've been in touch, and yeah, if you want to give him a little nudge, that would help me.
I'll nudge him. Yeah.
John Nesbitt. All right. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. I hope this was good. I kind of thought I was really worried about it. I thought it was actually pretty good because just flipping through the magazine, there's a lot to talk about, and it's somewhat current. Oh, there was a thing here that Cosby supposedly is being.
Oh, Cosby! Hang on. What are they saying about Cos?
Well, that he's going from prison to the poorhouse. That there's a family feud, and they're suing him for $400 million. I thought he was worth over $1 billion, but apparently, according to the acquirer, she's worth about $400 million. Whatever happened to Drew? So Drew was basically kind of what Donnie did when he was on the show, but for season 1, and he left the show. He had other things he wanted to do. He was a super nice guy. I don't know what's become of him, but I'm sure he's happy and successful. I think he got married. I can't remember, to be honest. It's so long ago. Watching from 2 a.m. James, get to sleep. James Quinlan. That sounds like an Irish name. What are you doing in Spain? I've never been to Spain. Bobby, have you been to Spain?
Well, I've never been to Spain, but I hear they dig the music. No, but I've been to Sudbury. Same thing.
Bobby is from Sudbury, the nickel capital of Canada.
Jim Bob's got a big question here. Holy shit.
Jim Bob Spencer, if you had the Human Centipede 3 members of the KBS cast, who would you want it to be? Oh my God. Oh, that is a horrible. You know the Human Centipede, guys? Because Bobby doesn't even know what that. I know Donnie would.
I think I know.
Yeah. I honestly, I can't answer that question without getting very nauseous. And because there were no females, I mean, if I had to do it, there would be probably the females in the production office. But it was all a boys nonsense with Kenny versus Spenny, and there's not one person that I want a Human Centipede with. I'm sorry. Bobby, the Human Centipede was this ridiculous movie. Yes, asked him out, Zach. Thank you. Zach always comes in with me. And it was a crazy, insane scientist who stitched people together and their mouth onto their asshole so they'd have to eat this shit. And they were stuck in that position, sewed into that position. It wasn't a comedy, but it was pretty crazy. I can't believe that it got made. Jeffrey Easton, are you going to release an audio version of the book for the illiterate Kenny fans? Oh, I love it. I sort of it's funny, when I got to the chapter on Kenny versus Spenny, I started slowing down, which is weird. No, I don't plan on releasing an audio version. And if I sell 3 books, I'll be delighted. So I don't think it's the kind of project that's.
Well, brother, let me tell you something. You're going to sell 6 because I'll buy 3 of them for me.
Thank you, RJ. Who did I give the Harold Ballard book to? One of you two. I can't remember.
I think I gave it to you.
Did I ever give you the Harold Ballard book?
No, I gave it to you.
Oh, no, I know, but I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
No.
Go on the YouTube stream and comment from there, Donnie. That's what Jada's requested.
Okay.
How painful was it to stay awake for that long? It's amazing. I actually thought that, well, that's easy. I'll just read. But once you're up for such a long time, your brain starts to.
Hey, listen up.
What the hell was that? Your brain.
That was me going on the YouTube stream. Sorry.
Thanks, Don. But you can't think straight. There's no pain involved, but it's just you think you're going crazy. I would say that's what that is. All right, I'm calling it a night. Thanks, everybody. You can pick up the National Enquirer at any grocery store by the cash register. You all know that. Bobby, thank you so much.
Love you, beautiful people.
Is there any way we can get some updates? When's your surgery?
Unfortunately, there's like a 4-month wait. This is Canada.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna try and get a cancellation.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'll get it done before the snow falls.
Okay. Well, we'll be looking for updates all the way through.
Well,
and,
that's
by the way,
perfect.
thank you for being here. What?
That's perfect that it's a 4-month wait. That gives us time to get the GoFundMe going for the documentary on this.
Yes, absolutely.
Jonathan,
how's the piece of
Jonathan can make it
shit?
happen.
Johnny, have
Jonathan-
you heard of the piece of shit? I can't. I keep looking on Twitter, and there he is talking about sports, and it's so horrible.
He's become a sports commentator.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back on. Hello.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Okay,
And remember,
good night, everyone.
each and every one of you can be a solid citizen. God bless.
God bless.
Hold on. This is the part where I hit that button, right?
Yeah, that's the button part.
Okay, here it is. Good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
I want you to donate now. It's time to donate.